Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 2, Episode 1, Best of Frenemies. So, what I want to do first before I jump into this video is tell everyone please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video so that others can be blessed by whatever it is that I say. I hope I say enough good stuff. Also, what I want to say as well is, please write down your thoughts and feelings up in these comment sections so I can know what's going on and I can respond. So, please excuse the hair today. It's a bit of a mess. Also, if this review isn't too in depth, please forgive me. I have a lot to catch up on with work, so sorry. But let us go ahead and jump in. It start off with, I think it's 2 months later because it's gonna go back 2 months before. On the bus, they're getting ready to go on a trip and things of that nature. And Jen Shaw gets a phone call. When she gets a phone call, she must be talking to someone she knows. And she tells them, "Oh, this is where I am." And I think they said, "Hey, you need to come to the house or something," because she asked Whitney to turn off the microphone. She gets off the bus. She had to leave. Next thing you know, police, helicopters, everything looking for Jen. Excuse me. And they're like, "Oh my God, is she on the run? What's going on?" So this is already letting us know this is going to be juicy because it seems like she's going to get arrested on camera. So we go over to Jen's house, new house, and we discover that Jen was leasing the first house and now is at another. So I'm just like, wait a minute, girl. I thought y'all owned the house. So you leasing houses? I mean, a house of that size, I wouldn't want to lease. I would prefer to buy, like a lease to own situation. It wouldn't be a I'm leasing like, and then the contracts end, my leasing agreement ends, and I have to move. So we discovered that she leased the house, and I'm like, darn, okay, cool. But we discovered that Jen and she's talking with Lisa, and she and Lisa have gotten closer. They're hanging out a lot more, and she's talking about how she and Sharif almost got a divorce. That Sharif was like, "Here go the papers, I'm done." Like he never talked to someone. This is what I'm saying. They had been married for, I think she said they've been married for 26 years because their oldest is 27 now. So this is what I'll say. Sharif seems like a very calm, even temper type of man. And Jen seems to be very boisterous and out there, like in your face. And sometimes people say, "Oh, the opposites attract," while they're blah. And don't get me wrong, I do think it do because a lot of times what we can't do for ourselves, we like for others to do for us. And I think what it is with Sharif, because of course he is a black man, and how he shows up in this world, he has to be more tamed to be in the professional spaces he's in and things like that. So when people get on his nerves, he can't really just raw like that. Now I know Jen is a woman of color, however, she presents more white than she do as anything else. Or just I'm not saying she's a white. I know she's not a white woman, but she presents in this world in that hue, that hue. So you know. But anyway, so she has the ability to kind of, and she don't get that like, oh, she's an angry black woman type of thing. She doesn't get that. So, which also even with Mary, y'all we got to think about like Mary has to stay confined to. But anyway, we go moving on. So Sharif wants to get the divorce. I believe it's because he personally could handle when it was just Jen, right? Like this is just Jen. Okay, I could kind of handle her, but maybe she took it to a step up on the show, and now the world is seeing this, and that's too much for him to handle. Because I think it was even one thing when he was trying to get her under control, and like if we think about, for instance, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon, Heavenly may run off at the mouth, but when Dr. Damon says, "Hey, cut that out, sit that down. Hey, that's too much. You need to pull it back." Heavenly pulls it back. Heavenly shuts it down. Heavenly walks away. Jen want to keep arguing. I think that's the big distinction right there. That's why her husband can't handle it, because it's like, this is too much. You need to calm yourself down. But I'm happy to see that they're in marriage counseling. I really hope that Jen gets to a place where she can do this for herself. And when I say this, I mean calm herself, because it's not her husband's job to do that. She should be able to do that for herself. And the fact that she can't say something about her. So Lisa's trying to get Meredith and Jen to talk, but from what I understand, from what I'm gathering, Jen and Meredith got into it because I think Jen told Heather about the um, separation that her and her husband was going through, and because Jen had said some things or referenced some things or liked some things about Meredith's son, Brooks. This is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to go back to last season real quick. I don't have an issue with Brooks. I do, however, have an issue with how Meredith tries to act like Brooks is this just kind of like meek little beady child that cannot be like discussed in any way. If you don't want your child discussed, keep him out of grown folks' business. And this is why I say that. Let's go back to the last year, season one, when Jen kind of kicked her leg up and Brooks is like, "Oh my God, like we saw her vagina and that's so distasteful and no one should see her vagina. And you know that this is your daughter's last day at home, so you should be here with us and not with her." This is my issue right here with Brooks and with Meredith. Meredith, if you don't want your child discussed, you should have told him then and there, "I'm grown. I make my own decisions." Your daughter, her daughter last season did not seem bothered by the fact that her mom was going somewhere, because it looked like her daughter had her own stuff going on anyway. Brooks seems to interject himself, and then people don't want to. Meredith like, "You can't discuss them." Look, yes, it may have been Brooks' first time seeing a vagina, may not. Who knows? Who cares? But at the same time, it was not that scarring, because he acted as if he was scarred. Like he's that type of person who, I'm trying to be smart with my words here. He's the type of person who exacerbates a situation when it don't have to be. Like you are doing all this hoopla because this woman kicked her leg up real quick. Okay, you must have been looking down now. But all I'm saying is this. It's not right for Jen to like homophobic, or heterosexist, or any type of commentary surrounding Brooks or abuse towards Brooks. So I do think Meredith has a right to be upset with her about that. Whenever she told Heather about the divorce situation, it literally was a slip of the tongue. No, it wasn't. I think Jen got mad because Meredith said something about her, told something that was secretive about her. So not then, I think Jen said it. So anyway, Jen does owe Meredith an apology. However, Meredith, I need you to set boundaries for your children and let Brooks know he need to mind his own business and not interject himself in what you got going on with other grown folks. If he's off limits for conversation, I'm gonna say it like that. So then we go over to Meredith's house. And Meredith got a new house. I'm like, golly, do they all got new houses this season? Does everyone have a new house? Everyone must got a new house. Everybody. I mean, like, did we all buy new houses? But Meredith has a new home. She says it's more their style. She and her husband are working things out. I think that's beautiful. But then I believe from the trailer, it looks like they're gonna have more problems. So hopefully it works itself out. This scene is just Meredith showing us her house and talking. It's not much of anything. Um, so then we go to Whitney. Whitney's talking with her husband. It's her stepson's birthday, and I think she said her oldest stepson was in school with her. And how it was weird at first, and then they're just kind of like, "Hi, mom." And she's like, "I'm not your mom." And I'm kind of like, "Well, girl, you married their daddy. You're their stepmother. They're showing you respect, honey. Take it. Don't give all that. Just take it. It is what it is. I mean, if you want them to call you Miss Whitney, that's fine. But you're so close to their age, you may still feel a little bit off about that. So I'm just like, at the end of the day, It is what it is. But Whitney talks about how she is happy to be basically moving into her own with her work and her business because she don't want to have to continuously perform sexual favors just to get money. I mean, I'm gonna say this, girl, you will still perform those sexual favors. It won't be for money anymore. It'll be for enjoyment. So I guess, hey, girl, get it how you live. But I mean, you got this. I'm hoping that her skin line does well for her. You know, I really do. And I think that the issue is though, in a lot of these women, especially on these type of shows who have skin lines, like I'm sorry, cosmetic lines. You'll show us your before picture, but then you're showing us you with makeup. So how do I know that it worked? Like I'm gonna need to see you take all that off and show me your skin. That's what I need. But also Whitney, I get that you're around these folks' age. Girl, put on a. I don't know. I feel some type of way. Like put on the top in front of your step kids. Like I feel like you too close to their age. I don't know. Like I'm just like I wanted her to put on a top. I didn't know how her husband felt about that. I felt a little weird. And I think I feel weird because if I were to see my stepmom in a two piece, I would probably be like, really? Like a one piece, okay. A two piece, I don't know. Like I don't know. I felt some type of way. I did. I ain't gonna say that wasn't me thing. It was cringy for me. I'm a southerner. Not saying it's a bad thing, but I don't know. I was like, really? But you know what? She got a hot body, so hey, we'll see what it is. But anyway, they all going to the hot tub and everything for this birthday celebration. Excuse me, y'all. And Whitney is drunk boots, baby. They are drunk. You can tell they having a good time. They done took shots and everything. Whitney done dropped this cake. Now I don't know why nobody in production didn't help this woman, but she dropped the cake, turned around, tried to pick the cake up, and dropped it again. I said, Lord have mercy. She brought the cake outside. They was like, that cake has been through a lot. Yes, ma'am, that cake has been through hell. Okay, because Whitney is drunk boots. Whitney was gone. Whitney was done for. So Whitney, self, continue to have fun, continue to love up on your family, girl. I love to see it. Whitney has always been like the fun one. I love to see it. So then we see Mary. Mary has a podcast now. She said she was kind of, her husband was in Florida and was stuck in Florida during COVID. I think she said for 6 months because he was scared to travel. And she was like, she was just at home with her son, and he didn't want to talk to her. Of course, he's a teenager. He wanted to talk to everybody else but her. Excuse me. And so she was like, she started talking to herself. And so she decided to start the podcast. It starts off awkward, like she don't know how to get it going. But when they get into it, I will say this: I enjoyed the realness. They talked about smoking marijuana. She said that she smoked a joint before. It was a long time ago, but she has done it too. So I like the realness. I like that rawness. That's what we need. Everybody needs to see a real person whenever we are seeing each other. So that's good. So, and y'all, if I skip over some stuff, please forgive me. I'm only hitting the highlights today because I am behind on work. So, leave from Mary. Next thing I do remember and recall is the dinner, the lunch that they had. I thought it was beautiful. First of all, I thought that was cute. But it's Mary, Meredith, Heather, and Whitney. Oh, wait, sorry. Before we go there, we meet the new housewife. I think her name is Jen. I think it's Jen. We meet the new housewife. There we go. Cannot forget her Asian persuasion. I really like her a lot. I like how her baby was like, "We're Asians, not Bejans." Oh, hilarious! I love it. I love it. I love it. She seems like she's real. Like she's real, just kind of like straight down to earth, raw with it, not playing with you. Like, girl, it is what it is. She lets us know how she met her husband. He's a chiropractor, and she lets us know how she basically was like neck down. He was fine. He was alright. So I like the realness because let me tell you something. A lot of folks don't like to be honest about what drew them into someone. Look, girl, sometimes the body draw you in, sometimes sex draw you in, sometimes money draw you in. Like it is what it is. Certain things make a person look good. Your body look good. I want somebody with your body. Your face need a little work, but you know what? I could deal with your face because your body look great, and I like how you like do me, hold me, and all these things. Or you know what? You a doctor. You got money, and you like me, and I grew up broke. So yeah. But we also hear her story of how she basically came over to the U.S. and they talk about how the boats were built, these small like fishing boats, so it looked like someone was fishing on top, but they had people in the bottom. And I think she said she was out to sea for like 3 days, and then they got captured and was put into a camp. And then they got sponsored by a Christian family. They moved to the U.S. They became Christian. She and her family, then she and her husband met, and she converted to Catholicism, which is still Christianity. They just do different things, but whatever. She's now Catholic, and so she discusses that, and I thought that was very sweet of her to share her story with us. Like it's hard for them, like trying to escape and get to a better position. Because I think it was during the war. It was during the war whenever she moved, and she talked about how she's technically 47, but on paper it says she's 45 because her dad wanted her to go to kindergarten in the U.S., so he marked her 2 years younger than what she truly was. So I think that's very interesting. I would really like to know more about why it is he felt like he needed to do that. Maybe also she could learn English or something. I'm not really sure, but I would really like to know. That would be interesting. That would be a very interesting thing to know. And we meet her through Meredith because she and Meredith, I mean not Meredith, Lisa, because she and Lisa were both pregnant at the same time when they had their children. So now we're at the lunch. And we're sitting at the lunch and they basically are talking about Heather, I'm not Heather, but Jen and Meredith basically. A lot of the stuff that I already talked about. Jen offered it, you need to apologize to this woman for the stuff you've been liking and retweeting and all that stuff. Meredith, you need to set boundaries for your kid. I ain't even gonna get into that no more. So we leave from there and we're at Lisa and Meredith there with each other. And they're talking and, you know, preparing for Meredith's father's like life celebration. I say life celebration because I know he passed away, but I'm trying to. I forgot the words. I forgot the word, and I don't want to botch it. So it's like they're celebrating the life that he did have, like with the dinner. And I'm so sorry to the Jewish community for not recognizing or taking the responsibility to make sure that I knew exactly what it was. I really am sorry. And so they decide to have a conversation, Jen and Meredith aside. One thing was I'm happy Brooks didn't come over there running his yap in his mouth. That was good. Stay over there, keep cooking that bread, okay? Do your thing. Um, Lisa tries to draw the correlation that she and Heather's issue is the same as Jen and Meredith. It's not. Lisa, you need to throw that away. That sucks. Um, Meredith is basically expecting Lisa to basically always basically be on her side because she and Jen don't get along. But however, Meredith and Lisa have been friends for 10 years, so she's like, you should always be on my side. This is what I'm gonna say. People show you who they are. Take some time to reflect on the actions of the person. If it's something you could get down with, then cool. If it's not, then say, you know what, this ain't gonna work for me. We gotta call it quits. Um, Again, protect your peace at all costs. Protect your space at all costs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop there because now that I've done this video, I need to do work for my job. So I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Y'all enjoy your day and please like, comment, and subscribe as well as share this video and hit the notification bell. Bye.